The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Money Masters. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we get the Dow Industrials up 180, and Nasdaq's up 54. S&Ps are up 19. Gold is up 220 at 1,096. You get silver at 1493. Bonds, the 10 years down 9 ticks. The 30s off point and 8 ticks. And King Dollar. King Dollar's up 31 ticks, trading out here at the 97.64 area. Now, if we go over and we take a look at King Dollar first, okay? What you're going to see here, DXU5. So King Dollar has every right to get up over the swing point, all of the above. But guess what? It's not doing it. It's not doing it, folks, because that means there's a seller that's just laying into King Dollar, laying into that index in a large way. And I suspect this comes all the way back from how King Dollar came off its highs going back in March. You know, when we came down in March, it was fast, furious, all of the above, particularly on the 18th. As that lays out, each and every time it's getting up to this level, the level we're talking about is the 98 level. Bottom line, they're selling it, and they're selling it in spades. Now, on Friday, on a daily, on a weekly, that was a major failure. We had out here this morning, it's a sweet little setup. Couldn't handle her price out here this morning. You get to 97.97. Bottom line, right now you're at 97.62. Not that that's a lot, but that's absolutely another rejection of higher price. This little baby looks like it wants to get down into the 93.30 area. Now, the correlation inside of that, let's go right over to the gold market. What happened with the gold market, folks, the gold market has continued, okay, to reject lower price. What we haven't got out here is that we haven't got the wide price spread accelerated volume on the way up prior to Friday. Friday, folks, this is subtle. It's really cool. I love these when this happens, and this is what it is. Friday, we had a price spread of 81 to 98. We had a huge expansion in contracts. We did 171,000 contracts. Bottom line, that is a large buyer that's in there. I suspect what you're going to see out here, and I suspect we're going to actually see it out here today, is that the high that Friday was generated was the 98 level. We've made 97. This baby is pushing in. I expect you're going to see it push in a bit more as we get through the trading day out here today. You know, the bottom line is that the highs of Friday, I expect they're going to get tested. When I look at this intraday, we just, on the last 10-minute bar, you just got another buyer that's inside this market, okay? Because this last 10-minute bar, same type of deal came away with it. And what it is this. You had the expansion of volume at 950. The price only went up $2. Those expansions of volume, however, are showing that you get an operator in the commodity, and I expect you're going to see it push higher. The combination has to do with the combination that dollar can't handle it, that the gold market is pushing, and is pushing with volume. If we go over to the silver market, we take a look at silver. We have what silver right now is this. Silver market is trading out at the price point of $14.94. Friday, also in the silver market, you had the juice behind the move. Silver on Friday did 62,000 contracts. That's the most contracts it's done prior to the downdraft that was created out there on July 2nd. That's a good indication that silver also wants to run up into this $15.90 area. So it's going to be pretty wild watching these currency markets. If you were listening to Larry, you know, he was talking about copper. You know, bottom line, copper also, it looked to me like last week that copper was in fact bottoming out here. The copper market out here this morning, Copper market out here this morning is trading out at 235. That the last time that we had any volume on the way down in copper was on the 7th and 8th. Yeah, it's the 7th and 8th of July. When that baby came down, it came down fast, furious, all of the above, you know, basically taking everyone out of this market. It got to lower lows with dramatically lighter volume on the 27th. You know, we get down to 233.75. Last week you get down to the 231.30. Today we get to 230.75. Bottom line, it's rejecting that price. I suspect what you're going to see with copper. Now, copper has to get back inside 238.70. But I suspect that is the beginning of the move. The reason I'm saying that is that the copper stocks, folks, actually did not get to lower lows. The strong copper stocks. They didn't break a swing point on this dramatic downturn in the commodity markets. And bottom line is that they stopped moving off those lows last week. So it's like, man, how does this work? That the commodity stocks actually knew prior to that move. Inside the Dow, industrials out here today. Let's go take a look inside the Dow, what the strength is, what you have inside the... There we go. Inside the Dow, you have Caterpillar is the #1 mover. That's up 232. Boeing is up 330. Apple is up 244. And Intel is up 45 cents. Taken away from it, there's only one stock that's negative inside the Dow right now. That's Coca-Cola. That's down 12 cents. Inside the NDX 100, what do we have inside the NDX 100? Strength inside the NDX 100 is Viacom. That's a dead cat bounce. Viacom is trading up 143. That Viacom on last week went from a price point of $57 down to $39. You know, it closed out at 44. Dead cat bounce extraordinaire. The media companies, folks, are toast, roast, and all of the above. Big time, too. Texas Instruments, that's up $1.55. Vertex Pharmaceutical is up $3.44. And Biogen is up $7.32. The biotechs, they're doing a dead cat bounce out here. Biogen itself is down from 480. You're at 316. That's the extraordinary. That's not even a dead cat bounce for Biogen. Taken away from the NDX 100, what do you have? You have, let's see, JD.com is down 138. You got Monster Beverage off 341. Tesla is off 440. And Intuit is down 114. We go overseas. We take a look at overseas. Let's go put that up there. There she is. Okay, so we take a look at the FTSE first and the UK. FTSE can't handle price, folks. This is a heads up, a huge heads up, okay? Because the FTSE right now, you know, couldn't handle the last swing point in the FTSE is like 67, 64. Bottom line, that couldn't even handle that. It's like, really? You know, so bottom line, what the FTSE is saying is that wants lower price. The DAX in Germany, now this is the most volatile. This is almost just like, this is just like the NASDAQ. DAX in Germany hasn't been able to, get up to its swing point of this 802. It rejected lower price out here today. It rejected the 431 area, and right now you're at 590. We go take a look at the Asian markets. What we have with the Asian markets, we go to Hang Seng first. Hang Seng is trading out at, this she is. Hang Seng was sideways move last night, down 31 bucks. We're at 24.41, but bottom line, that little baby, you know, had gone straight down from 28,000 to 22,000. You have a high volume swing low. You're going to see that high volume swing low get tested. Some of the high volume stocks in this low volume market out here today. Let's go put up the S&P versus the Shanghai. And what we have is this. You have Warren Buffett's taken over Precision Castparts. That's up 36 bucks. And if you saw him on CNBC this morning, he was it was hilarious, trying to pump IBM. Okay, bottom line, IBM's a dead dog, and he's a dead dog inside that IBM. Anyway, Micron Tech right now is up 4. You got Dean Foods down 247. Netflix is off $1.24, is up 34 cents. Microsoft is up 24 cents. Some of the Dow movers out here, you get Exxon up 115, Oxy's up 160. Let's go over to the oil patch, because the oil patch, this is 14 weeks straight it's been down, which is just amazing. Oil out here, guess what? ExxonMobil, don't even think about touching it. What you have with Exxon, off this high of 104, you're at 77.97. Has juice as it's breaking swing lows here. You know, the Exxons and the Chevrons of the world are going to have to show some major strength. If we go over to Chevron next, we take a look at Chevron. That's up $1 right now. This also has been fast, furious, all the above on the way down, 135 to 84. The actual oil patch, the oil, physical oil, this little baby made another lower low out here today, 43.35. And when you do put this on a, you know, we did monster volume on Friday. We did up 400,000 contracts on Friday. When you do put this on a continuous contract, it's like the low that was generated out here March 18th is just sitting there waiting to be tested. We've hit 43.35, 42.03 is the number, and we'll see if in fact that can hold it. It looks to me right now is that is not going to hold, number one, and we are going to go into those lows that were generated out here in 2008. Those 2008 numbers are insane. It's 32 or 40. That's the number that looks like it's going to get hit. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Dow Industrials up 186. Nasdaq's up 51. S&Ps are up 19. Gold's up 280. Silver's up 12 cents. 10 years down 11 ticks. 30 years off 1 point and 9 ticks. And King Dollar's up 21 ticks. We're going to be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
You know what's cool? taking something that's good for you, something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. We get the Dow Industrials up 190. Nasdaq's up 56. S&Ps are up 21. Percentage-wise, this is what you have happening. You get the Dow up 1%. Nasdaq is up 1.1. S&Ps are up 0.9%. If we bring this over and give you the context of where we are, however, if we take a look at the SPY right now, what you're going to see is that the SPY's trading out at 210.04. We've done 21 million shares here. The high of Thursday there was 210.41. And you went downtown with 116 million. So we'll see how that can handle that. What you have here, folks, is this. So picture that, we've been in the sideways movement for a year now. Well, it's just about a year. If I bring this back, this S&P, and we bring this all the way back for you so you can crunch it up a little. What you're going to see is that going back, 208.19 was December 31st. So we're $1.70 over that. Right where we are is where we were on February 12th, okay? So I'm going to bring this out a little bit more again. They can see what's happening. Where we are right now is crucial in the aspect, is it going to make it up over this level of last Thursday, which is the 210.41, or fail right here? The reason I'm saying that is this. When you actually look at this level, the highs have failed every time. Where we have the flak, however, and I suspect where the sellers are, starts at 209.94. And where I'm going with that is that I'm going to March 6th. If you take a look at how this is set up, that was where the first real downdraft started occurring on March 6th. We come off the first high, and that would be the first high, by the way, okay, in the market. That was 212.24. That was established on the 25th of February. Well, we come off that level, and the real juice on the downside is 209.94. Now, as you go forward, what you're going to see is that each and every time that we get down into the 205.20 level, the bulls are buying like crazy. They get it back topside. Well, guess what ends up happening? Every single time that we get to this 209.94, there's a very large amount of selling. The next time was right after that. We got up to the 211 area. It unleashes again on the 25th on the way down. Big selling. We go from 209 to 207, 205 rather. Comes back topside. It unleashes on April 17th and really doesn't have an effect. The unleashing there went like this. On the 16th, we were at 210. On the 17th, we were at 207. That only held for one day. However, the unleashing was there. The volume characteristic was there. There was heavy selling there, all of the above. Goes higher again. Guess what? It unleashes again on the 30th. Goes higher, you don't really see much action happening until, let's see, it would be almost May 6th going all the way over to June 26th. And then it unleashes with a fury. We do on the 29th, we came down heavily. You go back topside again. You come back down on the 24th, and we come back down again on the 6th. So right where we are right now, this is definitely one of the lines, and we'll see if in fact that seller is there. My take is that it's there. The reason that my take is that it's there, folks, is that what has happened is that the unleashing at that aspect seems to come out of nowhere. You know, if you're in, you know, it's different when you look at this at the end of the day versus in the middle of the trading day. In the middle of the trading day, when this seller comes out of the woodwork, it's fast, furious. I suspect it's not one seller either, by the way. But that's the way this seems to be set up, because when we came out of the woodwork last week, what it was showing is this. Last week, there actually wasn't a huge amount of selling on that Wednesday, but what there was no one on the bid, because intraday, when those S&Ps were getting sold down, they were good numbers, but they weren't overwhelming numbers on the way down. And that's showing that what? That's showing that there's no one on the bid. And when there's no one on the bid, folks, okay, it's a monster problem. Why? Because the downdraft is there. There's no one on the bid when someone's selling. It just widens the spreads. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. They're coming right back. Dow's up 183. Nasdaq's up 51. S&Ps are up 20. We're going to be right back.
If you're looking for a great opportunity to diversify your financial portfolio, consider the Principal Protected Market Safe CD from Everbank. They've just released the second running of their 5-year Market Safe Power Metal CD, which combines the power of gold, silver, and copper. You get exposure to 3 valuable metals in one index CD and have the potential to earn up to 45% capped upside payment at maturity if the metals increase in value across annual pricing dates. And should they decrease? No worries. There's zero risk to your deposited principal here, as you still get 100% of it back. Keep in mind, returns are based on CD performance. There is no annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest on the CD. Intrigued yet? The August 17th funding deadline is quickly approaching. So hurry over to everbank.com/TFNN for more information, including important product details and disclosures. Once again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Everbank is a member FDIC.
Tom O'Brien has just announced a live online workshop taking place Wednesday, August 12th, 6 trades for September. This special event will be open to all subscribers to his daily newsletter, Market Insights. Tom will walk you through 6 trade setups in the market he's identified setting up for September. 2 long positions, 2 short positions, and 2 option trades. New subscribers will also receive a free copy of his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, an $88 value. But we're not done yet. We're also including a Tiger's Den membership as part of all Market Insights subscriptions at no cost as well. You get Tom O'Brien's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, 30 days of his newsletter, Market Insights, access to his live online workshop, 6 trades for September, and access to the Tiger's Den. This offer is only valid for 2 weeks, so don't miss out. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to Market Insights at the front page of TFNN.com today. TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN has just announced a brand new morning lineup that is geared specifically for traders in this volatile traders market. Every morning at 8 a.m., John Logan starts things off with his daily program, The Global Market Pulse. At 9 a.m., Larry Pesavento trades the market during the market open Monday through Friday on Trade What You See. At 10 a.m., Tom O'Brien hosts the Money Masters for the hour, and Basil Chapman hosts his Tiger Technicians Hour at 11 a.m. From 8 a.m. till noon every market day, these traders are with you as they provide up-to-the-second market information so that you can make the most educated and profitable trades possible. The new TFNN morning lineup is happening right now. Tune in to see for yourself what kind of actionable trading discussion they have each morning, Monday through Friday, starting at 8 a.m., live only on Tiger TV at TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up $1.79. Nasdaq's up 45. S&Ps are up 19. And let's go back to the dollar. You're going to see this. This is so deviant, folks. It's just amazing. But this dollar index is going to give it up. And it's like, okay, what's underneath this thing that why it wants to give it up so badly? Bottom line, though, is that they're sellers. We're at 97.60 right now. You have some juice that's coming into this baby on the way down, and just the opposite correlation. Gold, folks, gold wants to move. And it's going to be so cool watching this shake out, because what has happened, and this is what it takes, is that each and every story, the grind, all of the above, and in the fundamental sense, it would make sense that the dollar would go up, that bottom line, that would be the best currency, when you look around the world. What doesn't make sense, well, here, let me stay with the gold market for a second. So we're at 1100. This gold market right now wants to move. If we get by 1104, the gold market loves 1104. There's something about 1104 that it likes. We get by 1104, see ya, and wanna be ya. Because what's happening in that gold market, once it gets by 1104, we'll see that baby run, GC, there she is. We'll see that baby run into the 1133 in a heartbeat. I mean, on a heartbeat, because bottom line is that everyone's on one side of this market. Now, the correlation, okay, when we take a look at this, the biggest correlation that I've seen on a continual basis that's broadcasting that the markets want to go south, and in fact that gold's going to go higher, and the dollar is going lower, happens to be the bond market. Because the bond market, folks, wants lower yield. And if the bond market wants lower yield, I don't care what the Federal Reserve wants. The bottom line is that this bond market is building more cars to get into the price point of 129.21. I mean, it's a beautiful setup. Each and every swing point up here going into the highs has volume. You're backing down today. We're backing down today with 377,000 contracts versus pushing forward Friday with 1.1 million contracts. We have a swing high that basically is hanging out here at 1.5 million. It came back up and tested it and couldn't handle it at 770,000 on the 3rd. So this bottom line, this wants higher price. We go take a look at the 30-year, and what you're going to see inside the 30-year is that the 30-year has already busted higher. And the 30-year, by the way, led on the way down, is leading on the way back up. 30-year on Friday did 290,000 contracts. 30-year wants to go after its highs of 165.07. Now, you want to hear something that's really bizarre? The numbers just came out in the China market, okay, as to, bottom line, what they own versus what they've sold. Well, guess what? The Chinese have been selling, okay, bonds, our bonds, and it hasn't made any difference. The bottom line is they're selling, someone else is buying. Okay, so that's like, man, that's pretty intense. That's really intense. So it's not that they sold a huge amounts, but selling, period, it just means that supply versus demand is there. So China sold, okay, let's see. Between, let me get this exact date for you. Okay, here it is. China sold, benchmark 10-year yields fell 0.6%, even though the largest foreign owner of U.S. debt paid back its state between March and May of this year. Well, big deal, $180 billion they paid back. Bottom line is that as they were peeling debt back, someone else was walking in buying it. That's what it comes down to. You know, so we're still at the aspect that there's more demand than supply. And I think the biggest kicker out of all of this, though, has to do with interest rates around the world. Right now, our 10-year is at 2.2. France is at 0.9%. Germany's at 0.6. Italy's at 1.8. So just you got to wrap your head around this for a second, folks. Italy is at 1.8. Spain is at 1.9. And we are at 2.2. So if you're an international financier, if you are a sovereign fund, if you are a college, if you are a pension fund, if you are all of the above, the bottom line is that what are you going to do? Are you going to go get 0.9% or get 1.8 in Spain or Italy, where the reality of being broke is pretty close? Or are you going to pile into the U.S. bond market? You don't even have to be into technical analysis. You're going to pile into the U.S. bond market. It's that cut and dry. And until that changes, you're going to see that, bottom line, bonds want higher price. And the bond market wanting higher price, the reason I think that's such great information is twofold. The first one has to do with the bond market is bigger than all the markets we're talking about, well, outside of the currency market. But it's much larger than the equity market. So that's saying that folks still are going into bonds because they're worried about equities. Number two, it has to do with King Dollar. King Dollar, someone is selling King Dollar in a large way. Now, why? Who knows? But that's the aspect of what's going on. Well, more than likely what's happening here, and it doesn't look like with gold going that inflation's crawling in, but with that much cash that's just laying out here, that velocity of cash is happening, but the velocity of cash is happening going into bonds. It's not going into the U.S. dollar. Some of it maybe start going into the euro. It's going into bonds. That's where it's going. And like anything else, if there's more money going in versus coming out, what does that do? That dictates lower prices. 877-927-6648. We go take a look at the 3 Qs right now, and you're going to see this is early for the failure to stop, but it's already starting. Bottom line, the first sell already came in. The Qs had opened at 111.01. Right now at 111.15. The first sell down took place in the last 10-minute bar. I suspect this is going to go right into the 111. They get it under 111, and you're going to see a total failure. And what you're going to have out here, the SPYs, the exact same setup in the SPYs right now. SPYs got to a price point of 210.14. We'll see the NDX 100 had a larger sell than the SPYs coming down thus far. The SPYs need a larger seller to get into lower price. The NDX 100 doesn't, though. And guess what? Who's leading it? Small caps leading it again. Pretty amazing. Small caps, if you're watching Tiger TV, you can see dramatic, man. Someone threw 1.2 million shares at the small caps. These small caps are dead meat. We're at 120.82 inside the IWM, and that's going to be, it's already given up half of what it had this morning, and I expect you're going to see the whole thing give it up because we're still really early into the day. And bottom line is that when you're talking about a market that tried to get the higher price the first 45 minutes, can't handle it. The This is the lowest volume day thus far we've had this month. No, not this month. In the last 6 months on the NYSE. Let me see how the Nasdaq is. The Nasdaq is at 400 million, but the NYSE right now. Let's see. We're 45 minutes into it. We're 188 million. That's like a joke. So what you're going to have is that you're going to have the NYSE trying to get into higher price, dramatically lighter volume, of course, unless a miracle happens by the end of the day, and it looks like you're going to have a failure on price. If we go back over to the gold market for a second, the gold's making a run for it right now, folks, and it's not going to take much for this to happen. Your first expansion up, we're up $8 right now. We're at 11.02. Your first expansion up had the juice. We took out the swing point with juice. Yeah, I can make this a case that we got an ABC up, actually. Let me see what this is. This would be a good one because we got down to 81 to 98, so you get $17. So you got 90, that's 107. Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. So the A to B equals C to D is $106. That's how this is shaking out right now. But, you get over the 104, oh, man, you get action. We're at 75,000 contracts right now. Last highs that we're laying out here, they're all at 104 and 105. And I'm sure, hey, the bears are going to attack this at 104, 105. We'll see where this does lay out. Copper, where's copper? Is copper following up? Copper's following up, so check it out. You got action here, man. This is action, baby. HGU5. Okay, watch it. HGU5. Yep, they're in the copper market too. This is interesting. So let me go over to the oil market for a second because this could really get interesting. Man, I'd love to get oil right because so you had the first expansion. So check this out, folks. Oil hit 43.35. Man, if this thing could just do a counter trend bounce, I just pull back to 43.95, and I did it with lighter volume, that'd be saying you got a tradable deal inside the oil market. And see, they'll more than likely they'll move all together. Oil's got crushed, but if you haven't traded, oil's a pretty cool thing to trade, folks. It's $1,000 a point, and if you can get that thing right, on a counter trend bounce, it's pretty good. Here we go. We get we're at that 11.04 right now inside the gold contract, and she wants to move, man. She wants to move. They got everyone trapped on the other side of this market. This is so cool. So we'll see the GC. It's not going to take much, by the way, to get this thing up and over. You get it up and over. We get to, the A to B equals C to D is 106. You get to 106, guess what? You're going to get a lot higher than 106. It's not going to stop at 106 because the 106. This is the correlations are just like when you get stops at the bottom. There's all of these. There's so many people short the market. There's all of these buy stops above the 105, 106 area. So what would end up happening, those buy stops would kick in for people being short. And the traders on the floor right now, I suspect, are looking and they're saying, okay, man, let's see if we can run this thing over there to see if, in fact, how many buy stops we have over that level. Because if there's a huge amount of buy stops over that level, what you'll see that go fast, furious, and all of the above. And as I said, there's nothing stopping that to go to 1133. And 1133 in one day would absolutely blow some minds, folks. And if we get that 1133 in one day, by the way, you're going to see the dollar tank and you're going to see the market tank. Because what's going to happen is that people are going to say, what the heck is going on here? Why is the dollar tanking? Why is the market? Why is the gold contract up? And why are commodities coming off the lows? And the market can't get any traction because those dichotomies are out here, and they're out here pretty heavily right now. Some of the high volume stocks in this low volume market, you got, let's see, Freeport McMoran's up 51 cents, Twitter's up $1. You got Micron down 2. Dean Foods is getting smoked. Let's see what's going on with Dean Foods. I think the CEO he quit, I think. Man, oh man, holy cow. This thing got toasted and roasted. It has been getting toasted and roasted, but this gave it up in spades. So it's down $1.86. And yeah, so Dean Foods' largest U.S. milk processor fell the most since November after the company declined to offer an explanation for the sudden resignation of its board chairman. Well, that'll do it. Dean fell 13% to 1562. The Dallas-based said in a securities filing August 7th that Chairman Davis resigned from the board effective immediately. Well, that's always a problem, folks. There's no two ways about that. Inside the Dow, so we brought this up earlier, inside the Dow Industrials, you had Coca-Cola. That was the only one that was negative. That's now positive by 1 penny. The only Dow stock that's negative right now is Visa, down 17 cents. Inside the Index 100, that's showing more weakness now. That's up 42 bucks. Texas Instruments, the leader. Lam Research is up 210. Clack is up 143. Apple's up 312. But what you do have is that on the way down, you get JD down 156. Monster Beverage is off 363. Tesla is down 414. And Intuit Software is off 186. And Intuit Software, yeah, she's got some problems. We take Intuit and we look back on Intuit. She's been up at these highs for a while, but Intuit wants to trade down into like this 96 area or 103 right now. Dow Industrials up 191, Nasdaq's up 46, S&Ps are up 20. You stay right there, folks. Coming right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge Heard Daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. And folks, as you come over to our website at TFNN, you're going to see right on the top of the carousel, free webinar, book, Tiger's Den, If You Act Now. This Wednesday night, 5:30 to 6:30, I'm going to be doing a webinar for my subscribers to Market Insights. You can test drive Market Insights right now for a month. When you test drive it, you're going to get my book, The Tiger's Den, and the workshop. That workshop's going to be about setting up 6 separate trades, 2 longs, 2 shorts, 2 option trades. Check it out on the front page of TFNN. The volatility's here in spades. It is a trader's market right now, folks. And if we go back to this market right here, right now, what you're going to see is that the NASDAQ, keep your eye on the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ, folks, is going to give it up, period, which is going to be really wild watching this thing shake out, man. I mean, it's pretty intense. There's a seller inside this NASDAQ. The NASDAQ, the NQs, folks, only have to get down. We're at 51 right now. They only have to get below 48. You get below 48 in the NQs, what I expect you're going to, guess what? You're going to see it down at 17. It's going to be a freaking disaster. And I expect you're going to see this kind of fast and furious, too, because there's nothing in the middle of that right now. If we go over to the S&Ps, what you're going to see, let me just see if someone's... See, they haven't thrown it at the S&Ps yet. They're throwing it at the NASDAQ. It's still not thrown at the S&Ps. It's the seller is also in the small caps, though, and big in the small caps, too. In fact, it was larger in the small caps on the first sell than it was on the NASDAQ 100. The second sell, the NASDAQ 100 has it all over it. I mean, big time, too. But if we take a look at these Qs, what you're going to see, if you don't use the futures, if you see the Qs, what you're going to see in the Qs is that you're 111.11. The bottom line, we opened at 111. You're going to see it underneath that. And you're going to see it underneath that pretty quick. You know, it's going right after this 09 right now. And what you did have is that you had a dead cat bounce happening inside the biotechs. They got to, the IBB got to 76. It's at 71. This is a monster ABC structure on the way down. You know, we have a high volume swing low here at the 361.63. Bottom line, it wants to go after it. And the biotechs rule the NASDAQ, folks. You know, if we go over to Apple just for a second, just take a look at Apple. But the biotechs in general are actually bigger than Apple. Apple's still up at 280. The biotechs, because of the structure inside that modified weighting structure, when that gives it up, man, that gives it up and gives it up in spades. We go over to that dollar index quickly. We just look at the dollar. Dollar out here still can't handle a higher price. It's not that it got much lower. It hasn't. We're down 69 ticks, but what I expect you're going to see the dollar's going to do is it's going to go after that swing low out there of the 97.60, no, the 90, what is that low right there? It's lower than that. 1 second. It's not generating. 97.36, yeah. So 97.36. So that's 36. Yeah, that's another 150 ticks on the way down. That's the way this baby is set up right now. The gold contract, now this is really cool. So check out what gold's doing. Gold is hanging right underneath it hit it. I love it. It hit the 1104.70. And that 1104 mark, there's something about that 1104 mark that it just digs, folks. But when we hit that, guess what? You hit it with volume. So what that means, number one, is it's going to be back up there. What I'd love to see gold actually do is basically hang out here for about an hour. You have gold hang out here for about an hour. We're still early enough in the day. That'll get you into the noon time, and the pit doesn't close to 1:30. What we want to see is those pit traders basically push the envelope on this baby. You stay right there, folks. Our man, Mr. Basil Chapman's coming up next, and Steve Rhodes, Dave White, and I'll be back this afternoon. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Thanks for being here. Look forward to speaking to you this afternoon, folks. Go get them, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.